Okay guys, welcome back, and yeah, we will work on Stripe payment. And as I mentioned, Stripe is, and as I told you, that Stripe is a payment handling website that could handle our payments from our websites. And it's a very powerful, and we will just use a bit of it. So if you just go to developers and elements, and then it redirects us to our API documentation page. There are lots of stuff that you should read them, but we will use only this field. Okay, this helps us to identify our credit card, and we can submit our payment and receive them inside our dashboard/payments. We just exactly do this. Okay, so if you just go to the HTML part, and we just simply need to replace this, okay, the credit or debit card number. Okay, so inside elements, I think we just don't need the form, the div, and we simply need the label from here. Just copy this and go to your checkout, and I think paste it here. Again, go to your page and reload the page. Okay, yeah, the form was not closed. We don't need to use the we don't need to close this form from here. Okay, this is, there we go, a little functionality. Okay, next, again, go to Stripe elements and the CSS part. We need to copy all the CSS from here, and then go to our page CSS file, and then comment this out. Stripe has its own comments, so we don't need, if we want to, this is optional. And then finally, JavaScript part. Okay, copy all the JavaScript files, and this is your test key. Okay, and you will use this key to receive your payments. So let's just go to our, okay, let's just open up our master file, and then in the head section, oh yeah, this is, I think, admin's master file, I believe. Master layout for our front end, and then we will use the yield for style. That means it will work from here, and then finally a yield for our script area. Okay, now let's just close the controllers. We don't need the CSS file, the web, and let's go to the head section, style, and section. Okay, and we'll put this CDN of the Stripe CDN here, and before that we need to, content would be script, and then end section, and yeah, script tags must, okay, let's just check it, is it working or not. Reload the page, there we go, it's working. And we need to replace alert. Okay, let's do it without Clojure. Okay, nice. Okay, what next? Still the text field is not visible. I think what we have next, we need to include the Stripe payment CDN. Copy this and paste it at the top of our site here in the style bar, and just reload the page. There we go. Right, and now we can see it. Okay, let's just style it so it looks like it should look like identical to our form. So if we just go to our style sheet again, and then we don't need height for that, we don't need padding for that, the border should be DDD, and then we don't need, might be shadow for that, and we don't need a focus for that. Reload the page, Okay, the height should be, the padding is important, but the focus is not. Okay, let's just remove the shadow. There we go. Nice. Okay, now if you just go to back to our checkout and the JavaScript part that we paste, okay, this is our key, the test key that is generated, and then yeah, it is using the style. I think we should say we don't want to use the zip code. Basically I want that hide the postal code, right? Now if you just check it, okay, there we go. It's nice. The postal code is hide. Okay, what next? Yeah, we need to include the Stripe token handler. So if we just can go to elements and then scroll down, we might find it. Oh yeah, that's it. We just copy this and paste it at the end of this script. Okay, there we go. That's nice. And yeah, this is the payment that we just got an ID. It's saying form get element by ID, and this is the payment form. So we just copy this and assign this ID to our form. Basically this is our form. The method would be post, and the action, yeah, we will add the action and all this stuff, but ID, that's the ID. Okay, and yeah, the ID's name, ID's the ID attribute is added to every field, so we need to add them. Okay, I think we need to add name here for every field. Okay, I'll just pause the video and add name for every field. Okay, that's done. We just I just added the name for every field and then ID also. Okay, so again, if you just scroll down and check our JavaScript stuff, I think we just need the card is here, and then we also need an options. Okay, and then we'll create a variable called options, and then we will add let me just show you. If I just open up my Stripe documentation, and let me just visit the, basically in options there are a few things. For example, basically we need to hardcode them that are initially required for Stripe payment. Okay, so the name and then the address line 1 that are available in your Stripe documentation, and then the address city, address state, and then finally address zip. Okay, in name, what we will include document.get element by ID, name on card, and its value, right? If you just check name on card, that's exactly our field. Okay, and then address line 1, can we just copy this, paste, and if you simply change the value, means the ID name. For example, this is address, and this is city, and this is state, and this is zip. Okay, and if you just see the name on the card, that's fine. Address, there we go. This is the address ID, and then the city ID if you want to check. There we go. And then finally the state ID. If you make sure that's, oh yeah, the states, we cannot see state. That's exactly the province, so we can say province. Okay, if you scroll up, there it is. Scroll down and add this simply. And finally the postal code or the zip code, We just put postal instead. Okay, and what next? These are the main stuff, I think, from JavaScript side. That's okay, but if we just go to our checkout controller, now we need to add a route, the post route, and this time it would be checkout, and of course the front controller, checkout controller. It will use the checkout controller and then the store method, right? And if we just go to checkout controller, public function store, and then bind request here, and if we just die and dump request all, right, we want to see what's going on, and then go to checkout index. If we open our form, where's the form at the top? There we go. This is the form, and the ID of the form, and the method is post. And what about the action? The action for this form would be route, and the name of the route is checkout this time. Okay, let's just save and let's hope for the best and reload the page. What's going on? Let's see what happens. Click on, yeah, we need to add a dummy credit card number. Okay, page expired. The error. Why this error? You are almost at the end of this course. You should know what's this error and why it's being happening. This is because we just forget to add the CSRF, cross-site request forgery. Okay, and go back, add this again. Oh, we need to refresh the page. There we go. The email, the name, address, city, province, and we're getting all the information, right? Okay, so let's address elephant in the room. I think we need to use the Laravel Stripe package, right? That's available on GitHub. Stripe package that could help us to, manage the Stripe. That will basically easily we can submit our charges, submit our payments to Stripe, right? We need to install this. So if we just say copy this and then go to our route and then say PHP, or no, we need to use composer require, and then we'll paste this and press enter. It will just take a few moments to get installed. Okay, that's great. The Stripe payment package has been installed. Okay, so the post checkout is created. So inside our store method, now what should we do? Simply we need to try catch the exception, of course, and then we'll create exception later on, the code for exception. Okay, well, in the try block we will simply say basically we need to catch the data. Let's say, for example, I'll say Stripe charge. Okay, this is the method that Stripe used to charge. And then create. Okay, now you can also create a variable. Let's say, for example, I'll create a variable data and then pass an array, and then I can simply refer the data here. Okay, this is also a good idea, but we will create it in line. Okay, let's just define some data. I'll just pause the video and write the code because I don't want to waste your time or bore you. Let's just say, for example, we'll just pass an array. For example, the amount, the currency, might be the source code, and the description etc, and the contents of extra contents, the metadata of your product, right? So let's do that thing. Okay guys, so I have hard coded these, and the amount would be car total, and then currency is USD, the source, the description, and the metadata, right? All this stuff. Okay, and then finally we say in our case of success, let's say for example, then simply we need to return redirect back with the message. That's something like successful. Thank you. Yeah, we can also create a page later on, but at the moment it is okay. Oh yeah. Okay, let's just go and see what happens, what we face, what problems we might face. Okay, let's just add my name. Okay, so I've added the data, and let's just create a click on complete order button, see what happens. There we go. Okay, Stripe not found. We need to if you just go to controller, the Stripe class is not found. We need to add if set, and again reload the page. Oh yeah, the Stripe API key is not defined. Yeah. Okay, so if we just go to our, okay, let me just go to, there is a file called services, right? And then it has, you can see Stripe, and then Stripe key, and then Stripe secret key. And if you just go to our env, we can just add them here. For example, this is the Stripe key, right? And then the Stripe secret key, right? And the other way is we can also, I think we just need, we can just remove this method from here, so we don't need to use the env dot env. We don't need to use them in env. We can also, we just remove this and create a new array called Stripe, right? And then the, what is your secret key? The secret key would be something like, if you just go to our Stripe, and this is my dashboard, and you can see the URL, and then if I just go back to developers and then API key, and if I just click here, it will generate a key like that, and you simply need to copy that key and paste it here. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, so I have copied the key and then paste it. So if I just reload it again, and there we go. I think we just didn't get the session message. So if I just go back to our home, and let's just check the payments, and go to payments tab. Yeah, there we go. That's our new payment, right? You can't believe that. So for example, if you just go back, and you can see we just have 3 quantities, and the total price is 2283, right? Simple and nice. This is amazing. So if you just go back, and this time we will add only 2 products, for example. Okay, just empty the cart. There we go. And let's just add Lenovo, and then the again, no, it's not possible to edit again. Yeah, the Samsung LED, and the price would be around, the subtotal is $5,000. Proceed to checkout. Let me just add my details. Okay, and then finally the card number, and complete order. There we go. Okay, so if you just go back again on my dashboard, reload the page, okay, there we go, 5,000. If you just click, and we can just see the description. This is the metadata that I told you that we will add. Okay, this is the data. If we just create a variable called contents, and we can add all the details about this, we will add it. Okay, and this is the card information, all this stuff, right? There we go. This is simple and nice, and successfully payment was made $5,000, right? And this is just amazing. The Stripe help us to, you know, share payments on all this stuff. So this is the video, or I think we should end this video, and our payment is working. Let's just check the flash message, why it's not working, because we just didn't included any flash message. Okay, so let's just hard code this. So if I just paste this here, okay, and again let's just make an order, and then okay, 424242. Okay, let's just complete the order again, and there we go, the success message. And we will create a thank you page and something like that. And if you just go to dashboard and again reload the page, I think we just need to go back to payments, and there we go, we just have $5,000 in our card, and there we go, the total amount is 5,000. Now we can also say, yeah, I think this video is quite long. The next video might be discuss when the order is completed, we need to remove empty the shopping cart, right? So I think this was very nice video, and yeah, you just learned many things. I mean, the checkout part is so successfully completed. So in the next video we'll be discuss more on the